On the quiet morning in the small town of Kisongo, people travel from miles away, not for miracles, not for sermons, but for her voice. They said when Amina sang, heaven came down. But what if I told you that one man sitting in the congregation knew a secret so dark it could destroy everything? Stay with me because this story will leave you questioning how well you really know people. Kisongo was a peaceful town in East Africa. Life was simple. People believed in hard work, prayer, and reputation. At the center of it all stood Grace Fire Ministries, led by the respected pastor Ezekiel Mwangi. But more than the pastor, more than the sermon, there was one person everyone talked about: Amina Njeri. A young woman, beautiful, soft spoken, but her voice could make grown men cry. Every Sunday, the church would be packed. People stood outside just to hear Amina sing. Old women wept. Young people lifted their hands. Even ardent businessmen closed their eyes in worship. Amina, your voice is a gift from God. You are chosen. Pastor Ezekiel told Amina, and Amina would smile humbly. But behind that smile was a life no one in Kisongo knew about. When the sun went down, Amina was no longer the church angel. She transformed. Different clothes, different name. In the nearby city of Nakuru, she was known as Lila, a high-end escort. Men with money paid heavily for her time. Why? Because Amina had grown up in poverty. Her mother was sick. Hospital bill piled up. And when desperation met opportunity, she made a choice. A choice she believed she could keep hidden forever. One day, Grace Fire Ministry announced a big church conference. Visitors came from different towns and cities. Among them was a man named David. Well-dressed, quiet, observant. He had come for a business in Kisongo but decided to attend the conference. The church was full. The choir stepped forward. And then Amina began to sing. David froze. His eye widened. He leaned forward. No, it can't be, David said. But it was. The same voice, the same face, just different clothes. Because just 2 weeks earlier, he had spent the night with her, not as Amina, but as Leila. David sat there confused. How could this woman who sang like an angel be living such a double life? After the service, people rushed to greet Amina. Your voice touched me. You are blessed. God is using you. But David stayed back watching. Later, he followed her quietly as he walked home. And finally, she called her, Amina. She turned. Her face went pale. David, Amina called. Silence. The truth stood between them. So this is who you are? David asked her. You don't understand, Amina replied while shaking. I understand more than you think. Tear filled Amina's eye. I had no choice. My mother, she's dying. I needed money. Then David asked her, and the church? That is the only place I feel clean, Amina replied. Silence again. Do they know? She shook her head. No, and they can never know. The next day, the church was full again. Whispers spread. David has a decision to make. Expose her or protect her secret. Amina stood on the altar, microphone in his hand, her voice trembling for the first time. She looked into the crowd and saw David, watching, waiting. David slowly stood up and walked out of the church, without saying a word. Amina closed her eyes and sang, but this time her voice carried something different. Not just beauty, not just power, but pain and truth. Because sometimes the people we judge the most are fighting battles we cannot see. And sometimes even angels have scars. If this story touched you, like, share, and subscribe, because you never know. The next story might change how you see the world.